Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm just going to be showing you guys how I do my makeup on an everyday basis. If you want to see how I got this look and the same makeup look that you see in all of my Instagram pictures and all my other videos, then just go ahead and keep watching. So the first thing I do is just prime my face, and to do that I just use the Smashbox Photo Finish Radiance primer. I just put that all over my face, just a little bit. Then I kind of do stuff in like a weird order because the next thing I do is go in and fill in my eyebrows. It's like the most important step, but my very least favorite thing to do. And so for that, wait, hold on. Oh god. I just used the Milani Dark Brown Stay Put Brow Color, and it's just like this little pomade. It's really similar to the Anastasia Brow Wiz. So yeah, I just use this, and then all of the brushes I'm using are just part of that BH Cosmetics 36-piece brush kit that I have in one of my other videos that I'll link down below. Still using those brushes. I've never done my brows on camera, I don't think, so let me give it a shot. So I just start by doing a line on the bottom and then a line on the top just to kind of carve out where I want them to be. This is not a good idea. So I just kind of make the shape, and then I just go in and fill the rest of it in. This is not how you're supposed to do it, I'm sure. I'm not very good at doing brows, but I just do it the best that I can. This color also looks really dark on my skin, but as you can probably tell, my hand is like a lot of shades darker than the rest of my face because I do have self-tanner on, but I don't put it on my face. So my foundation is pretty dark. So once I put that on, the rest of it will look fine, and then this brow color won't look quite as extreme as it does right now. She looks interesting. The hardest part is getting both of them to look the same, but like everyone says, brows are sisters, not twins. I gotta focus because I don't know what I'm doing, let's be honest. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with that. So the next thing I'm gonna show you guys, I have a really hard time keeping all my makeup on my nose. It always comes off on my nose after I wear it for a little bit. Like my foundation will rub off, and then you can see all my freckles because I'm Freckles McGee in the summer. I don't know why. So the first thing that I use for that is a MAC paint pot in the color Soft Ochre or Soft Ochre. What I do with this is I just use my finger and then I just put it over my nose, like a little layer of it. I don't put too much on, but this just gives you like a little bit of a base layer. I think these are intended to be like an eyeshadow primer, but I just use it on my nose. I saw this in a different YouTube video. A girl was recommending that you do this in order to keep your nose makeup from sliding around throughout the day, and so I went out and bought one and gave it a try. Usually like right here on the top or over on the side is where my freckles come out, so I just really make sure that I get that all covered up. Also, sorry about this. If you guys remember my other video, I burned myself with my curling iron a couple months ago, and then just this last week I did it again. So I have like matching ones. Nice. The next, I just go in with my foundation. The only foundation I've been using for the last like year and a half is still that L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow foundation. I use the color 208, and you'll see as I'm putting it on that it is way darker than my face, but it's because the rest of my body is a lot darker than my face because I do have self-tan on, and so I kind of have to match it. Don't be alarmed when there's like orange on my white face. I use this beauty blender. I think this one is a $5 one from Walmart. I don't have the actual beauty blender, but this one works just as good. I just find that this one is like really good for my skin type, and it does stay on my face all day long. They have another version of this foundation as well that's called the Pro Matte foundation, and so if you have really oily skin, that might be the better option for you. And then I don't put very much foundation on my nose on top of that MAC paint pot. I just put a little layer, like what's ever left on my beauty blender after I've already done my cheeks. So just a little bit. I don't know why, but I do my brows first, so I have to be pretty careful to where I put foundation after that so that I don't get it in my brows and like mess them all up. And then I do have eyelash extensions. I just got them fixed up today, but I do have to be really careful about putting my foundation anywhere near my eyelashes, just because the ones that I get, you're not supposed to get glycerin by my eyelashes, and so I just be careful not to put my actual foundation near it. I put it on the bottom, and then I kind of just go underneath my eyebrows, but I don't bring it all the way down to my eyelid because I don't want to damage my eyelash extensions. After foundation, I go in with concealer, and I have two different types of concealers that I use. So for under my eyes, I use the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Light Sand. I'm scraping it out of here. Like, I'm almost out of all my makeup. That always seems to happen. You always run out of everything at one time. So I just go in with triangles underneath my eyes. And then I also put some on my chin, and then just a little bit up on my forehead. So then you look like this. And then I just go in with my beauty blender and buff all that in. Tarte Shape Tape has got to be like one of the best concealers of all time, I'm pretty convinced. And then because I told you guys that I have a problem keeping my makeup on my nose, I put a different kind of concealer on the bridge of my nose. And I use the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye Concealer. It's super thick and creamy, and I've never been able to find a concealer that is quite as intense as this one. Sometimes for like events, I'll put it underneath my eyes, but I find the inner corners of my eyes kind of crease a little bit after putting powder on top of this. Right now, I just use it for my nose, so I just squeeze a little bit directly like right onto my nose. And then I just use my beauty blender and buff it out. And then I just go in and put a little bit of setting powder on those areas with concealer just to set it in. So I use the Rimmel London Stay Matte Mattifying Loose Powder. I just go in with my beauty blender, and then you just kind of pack it onto your nose, and we're gonna let it sit there and bake for a couple minutes. And then I put it underneath my eyes. I don't let it bake for very long. I'm not sure if it kind of defeats the purpose of that, but I just leave it on for like a couple minutes usually. When I watch other people do it, they usually bake for like half an hour, but my whole makeup routine takes me like 15 minutes usually. So I just don't have time for that. I'm just gonna let this sit for a few minutes, and then I'll come back and brush it all off and finish putting on the powder on the rest of my face. Okay, it's been sitting for a few minutes, and I'm gonna go ahead and brush it all off. And now I'm going to go in and set the rest of my face with a different powder. So for that, I also have the Rimmel London Stay Matte Powder. This is a pressed powder, and this is in the color Silky Beige. And then after my face is all set and I look like a ghost again, I'm going to go in with some bronzer. I don't really use any like cream contour products or anything. I just go in with the bronzer and carve out my cheekbones. Usually I would use Lisa Frank's, like the actual 90s and 2000s like folder brand. They make a really good bronzer, and so I usually use that, but I'm out and they're all sold out online. So I'm going to be using this e.l.f. Duo palette. It's got a blush and a bronzer in it. Of course, bronzer's almost out because that's just how my life's going right now. So, but then I'm going to go in with this like angled contour brush and just contour on my cheeks and up onto my forehead with whatever the heck I can get out of this little palette. And to my jawline as well. And then I also make sure to bring it up on my forehead so that it all kind of blends together. And then after that, I go on with my blush. And I know a lot of people don't really use blush, but I'm a blush wearer. I love blush. So for blush, I use the Tarte Amazonian Clay 12 Hour Blush in the color Feisty, and it's one of these little travel size ones as well. This is by far my favorite blush, and I've had this for a very long time, and I've just hit pan like pretty recently. And then I just go in with my blush brush that I got in the BH Cosmetics 36 brush kit. And then I'm not typically someone that likes to glow a lot with highlighter, so I don't use a whole lot of highlighter, but I do put just a little bit like up on my cheeks and on the tip of my nose. And for that, I like the Wet n Wild Mega Glow highlighting powder. My favorite color actually is gone, and so I just use the Crown of My Canopy one now. It's kind of like a pinkish highlighter, so if you have like really pale skin, I would probably go with the other color. I can't remember what it's called, but I'll link these down below. These are definitely by far, like in my opinion, the best drugstore highlighters that there are. I have kind of a tan right now, so it looks fine. Just put some up there, not much at all. I don't like a whole lot, which I know is unpopular. A lot of people like a lot of highlighter. And then, since I do have eyelash extensions, I don't typically wear eye makeup anymore. I used to always have a wing and fake lashes on, but since I have this, I just try to stay away from eye makeup so that my lashes last as long as possible. If I have like an event or if I'm gonna go out on the town or something, I'll put on a little bit of eyeshadow. But since this is just a normal like everyday makeup tutorial, I'm not gonna be putting on eyeshadow. But if you guys want me to make a tutorial on how I do eye makeup with eyelash extensions, because it can be a little bit tricky, let me know and I'd be happy to make one for you. But since I'm not gonna be putting them on today, I just put a little bit of mascara on the bottom lashes, and I just use the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. So I just go in and put just a little bit on the bottom lashes, I use this same color every single day for lips, and it's from Milani, and it's in the color 69. It's called Matte Dreamy, and it's kind of like a deep purpley color. And yeah, that's the color that I use. That is everything. I don't overline my lips, and I don't even use lip liner at all. I just like really natural looking makeup. So this is all I do. It's pretty simple. It usually takes me like 10 to 15 minutes in the morning to do all of it. I used to have double that amount of time when I did my eye makeup and didn't have lash extensions, but I've been really liking the more like natural makeup. But yeah, this is the makeup that I do on a normal basis. It's pretty simple. I hope you guys liked this video. Sorry this setup sucks. I'm not a beauty guru, and I don't ever plan to be one, so I don't have the best setup for makeup videos. But if you ever have any questions on how I do anything, let me know down below. And if you liked this video or just liked seeing what I do every day, give this video a thumbs up, please. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.